Welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone's having a great day. I have my little helper, Mr. Parker, here with me. He turned 9 years old a couple of weeks ago. So he loves to help me with all of my craft projects. Today we're going to be making a spring floral arrangement or a centerpiece. So let me put Mr. Parker down and I'll show you some of the supplies. I picked up this pretty vase for $5.99 at TJ Maxx. So you'll need a vase, some foam, and I picked up my foam at Dollar Tree. And you're going to need some spring floral picks. And I picked up all of these beautiful flowers for 40% off at Hobby Lobby. So give me just a second and we'll get started. This is actually a flower pot, but I just called it a vase, but that's okay. Whatever you can find that you want to use to make your arrangement in, just make sure that if you have a small container, you're not going to need as many flowers as if you have a large container. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out your vase or container for your flowers. So there's my flowers, and then we cut the foam to fit and put it in our vase. Add a little bit of hot glue to the bottom of the flower pot, then put your foam in, let it have time to dry. Then I'm just taking my floral picks and cutting them into shorter pieces. I like to go to Hobby Lobby when the floral sprays are on for 40% off. And so I cut all of my picks that I'm using into shorter pieces, but I did leave some longer for some height in the center. Now I'm starting with my tulips, and I like to do a pattern. So I'm placing one on the left and one on the right. One in the back and one in the front. And then you're going to want your taller picks for the center for height. So my taller tulip pick in the center. And you'll want to leave some of the leaves on the tulip picks too. And I want a few more taller tulips in the center. So I'm just adding a few more to the center. And I am only making this one-sided, but you could make it where it's pretty from all sides if you would like. Just remember, when you're picking out your flowers, try to choose a variety of shapes and textures and heights and colors that work well together. I like to place my flowers in my hand and make a bouquet when I'm walking around the store. Next, I'm going in with these whimsical orange flower picks. And remember, I like to do a pattern with mine. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I try to do a pattern each time. Notice how these are petite flowers and they just add movement to the arrangement. And I am just adding them in a pattern. So now we're placing some on the front center, now on the left, and then one on the right. Also, I forgot to mention that you might want to cover your foam with some moss first before you begin. Now I placed one of the white flower picks on the left, one on the right. Now I'm going to the other side, one on the left, and now one on the right. Notice how they're different sizes and textures and shapes. Now I'm going in with the marigold picks, and I think these are so fun and pretty for spring and work well with the tulips. So one in the front center, one on the left, one on the right. They only come with 3 flowers on a bush. Now I'm adding the large marigold to the front center up a little higher so that we have a little bit of height. And then I'm just going to add one that I had left on the back, and then another one on the right. And now you don't have to add these to the back if you do not want to. If you want more in the front, I am just giving you some ideas. So here's how it looks so far. Kind of play with it, and you can kind of bend and shape your flowers. Just be gentle with it, but you do want to kind of shape them and not leave them where they're just straight up and down. Also, I did add a few more of the tulip leaves so that it has some more greenery. And then you can fill in, if there's any place you can see the foam, with some moss. Now I'm going to tie a bow, so I'm letting out a tail, making a loop, So Sorry, my dog's starting to bark. Making another loop on the right side, the same size as the first loop. Then I'm going back to the left side, making another loop. Check to make sure your loops are the same size. Then another loop on the right. So 2 loops on the left, 2 loops on the right. Then I'm going to let out a short, about a 4-inch tail, and the bow is optional. You do not have to add a bow to your floral arrangement if you do not want to. I just love adding bows to things. Then now I'm going to take a 4-inch clear zip tie, wrap it nice and tight around the center of my bow, and then I'm going to cut the ends at a slant and fluff and shape my bow. And then I picked up some floral, I can't think what they're called right now, but I picked them up at Michael's, and they have a little pick and a wire, and it makes it so easy to put your bows in your flower arrangements. I just looked, and they are called Floral Pick Assortments, and they're Ashland brand, and I picked them up around Christmas for $7.99 at Michael's, and they make it really easy just to take the pick and push it into the foam to add a bow. So here I'm just taking that wire, wrapping it around the center of my bow. Then now I have the pick, and I can just push it into the foam in the front, bottom, center. Now I'm just making sure my loops are fluffed and the tails are going in the direction that I want. And now I have a pretty spring floral arrangement. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this floral arrangement. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share this tutorial, and if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. It is free to subscribe. I share lots of budget-friendly DIYs, shop with me videos, shopping hauls, and decorating videos. I also wanted to mention that to turn this into an Easter centerpiece or floral arrangement, just add some Easter egg picks, and then after Easter you can just pull out the egg picks and use it for spring. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll check out some of my other spring and Easter tutorials.